Welcome back to Simrite Fashion Academy YouTube channel for another interesting tutorial. In this tutorial, I'll be teaching you how to make this A-line flared high-load gown, as you can see right there on the thumbnail. So for this A-line high-load gown, I'm using this piece of fabric on my table to demonstrate how you can go ahead and sew this. So if you are on a bigger size, you'll be using 2.5 inches only for the bodies, okay, not the sleeves. Okay, I'm demonstrating the bodies alone. So if you're making the whole dress the way it is and you're on a bigger size, you'll be needing 3.5 yards. But if you're on a smaller size, you'll be needing 3 inches. But for the bodies, you'll be needing 2.5 yards if you're on a bigger size, and if you're on a smaller size, 2 yards. So now, normal size I'm making, which is I'm making for hip 46, so I'm using 2 yards for hip 46. So above hip 46, you can use 2.5 yards for the bodies. So what I have from end to end now is 2 yards for my demonstration. Okay, so I'm placing these 2 yards of fabric by 2 equal parts. So if I place it 2 equal parts right now, I'm going to I'm going to fold the folded parts. I'll bring it to meet this open part. Okay, so I will just take the folded part and meet what I have here this way. So once I do that, I'll be leaving 1 inch for the front. Okay, the front is going to be open and stitched back to an extent because it has a placket on the upper side. So but this tutorial is to show you how to cut the high-low, not what is happening in the upper part. I believe you understand. So now this is the front, 1 inch, and the folded part is the back. So because I'm demonstrating this, I'm using my marker because I need you to see this very well. So the first I will do after folding my 2 yards of fabric is to mark out my border line. I believe you are seeing my marker line. So once I've marked out my border line right there, next I will do is to start taking my vertical measurements. So the first vertical measurement I'm taking now is my chest line. Okay, my chest line is 9 inches. I'll add 1/2 inch to it. That is 9.5. So whatever your chest line is, add 1/2 inch to it, and that is what you will get on this line. Next, after marking my chest line, next I'm going to mark is my waistline. My waistline is 17 inches, and I'm going to add 1/2 inch to it. That is 17.5 from the shoulder. So if I do that, I will mark, as you can see right there. The next line I'm going to mark is my hip line. My hip line is 29. I'm going to add 1/2 inch to 29. That is 29.5. And I'm going to mark my hip line, as you can see. So once I'm done with that, next I will do is to come over to the upper part of the dress. So the upper part of the dress, this is the center back and this is the center front. So from the center back, on this center back, I will place my tape and mark my shoulder. My shoulder divided by 2 is 7.5. I will mark it there. My neckline I'm using is 3 by 3. I will mark it there. Okay, 3 inches on the width, and for the depth for the back is 1 inch, and the depth for the front is 3 inches. So I'm working 3 by 3 for front. I believe you understand. Normal neckline 3 by 3, and for back 3 by 1. Can you see that? That's what I'm using. Then here on the shoulder, I'm going to drop my shoulder by 1 inch as usual. So once you have dropped it by 1 inch, you just go ahead and connect to your neckline this way. Now, what I have on the shoulder, I'll bring it straight on the chest line. And I'm going to find the midline of what I have on the chest to the drop shoulder. This is it. And here, I'll now come in by 0.5 for back and 0.75 for armhole for front. So I'll just go ahead and do this because we are cutting both front and back together. So I believe you understand this. So on the chest line, from that center back, I'm going to measure my bust. Okay, my bust is 40 divided by 2 will give me 10. So I'll just place my pattern ruler to connect the armhole for front and back. Okay, so because I'm working on a small scale, so I just use my hand to do that. Now I'll come over to the waist. I'm going to measure my waist circumference. My waist circumference is 36 divided by 2 by 4 will give me 9. And I'm going to add 2 inches, or okay, let me add 1.5 for ease, 1.5. So after everything, I'll be having 1.5 by 4. I'll have 6 inches is on the waist. Then coming over to the hip, my hip is 46 divided by 4 will give me 11.5. So I'm going to add an ease of 2 inches to my hip. Then I'll come over to the hem. On the hem part, I'm going to measure that my hip, and I'll add a whole 6 inches. Okay, so everything I have here terminates at 6 inches. So now, to achieve this flare, your extension after your hip on the hem should be 6 or more than 6 inches if you want that A line, okay, to flow very well. So from that hem, I'm going to connect to the hip of ease of 2 inches, and from that point I'm going to connect to the waist. Okay, so I just bring in my ruler and connect to the waist this way, and from that point I'm going to connect to the armhole, as you can see. Can you see that? So that is how this is going to flow. Now, our point of interest for this tutorial is the high-low. So for the high-low, you'll be determining from the hem line. It depends on where you want the high-low to be, or from the hip line. You can just determine, maybe say you come down to your knee position. Okay, so if this is my from shoulder to my knee is 41, for example. Okay, if this is my knee position, if you want it to high-low from your knee, so I will just mark out my knee position. Okay, my actual knee position, this is the line. So if you look at the dress, it depends how you want to high-low it. If you want to high-low it on the knee directly, you can go ahead and high-low. Then if you want to high-low it on above the knee, you just use this line as a guideline. So for this tutorial, I will just high-low it from the knee directly. This is just a demonstration tutorial. So I will just do this. Can you see what I did? I will just do this, and that gives us what we want for this dress. So you can see what I did. So first, I'm going to cut the high-low part. Can you see that? So you have the tilted edge. Then I'll cut the back first. Please, when cutting this dress, be careful you cut the back before you cut the front. Okay, so I'm cutting all the back. So this is the armhole for the back. I'll just cut it. I'll go to the side of this dress, and I'll go ahead and cut till I get to the end. Can you see? So you see the shape we have, looking so beautiful and wonderful. So I'll pick up the back. This is the back. So before I pick up the back, because I've already marked on this, I was supposed to mark on the front, so I'll just transfer the neckline. Simply, I'll transfer the neckline from here to here. Okay, and then I will transfer what I have from here to here. I'm going to transfer it back. So when you are doing this, please place the front in the, so we'll be able to mark the front. So, but I'll just simply do this, connect the armhole and take it back. So we'll be able to get what we are actually looking for. So I'll go ahead and cut the armhole for the front this way, and then I'll cut the neckline. Can you see that? So that is how to go about it. So now this is what we have on the front dress. Can you see? So it's looking exactly like what we have on the thumbnail. So this part, once you sew it, it will give you exactly what you want. So the front, you just go ahead and stitch the front together. We'll stitch the front from here up to somewhere. You will mark the neckline at 5 inches and stop your stitches. So your stitches will go this way, 1 inch to the end. And once you are done stitching it, you can now have a placket or you can have a button. But if you look well, you can see that we have a strip. So all you are going to do is to cut out that strip of fabric, plain fabric, and stitch it. Okay, so we have detailed videos on how to sew strips on this channel, so you can also check it out. Now this is the front and this is the back. Can you see the back? So you just go ahead and stitch the sides and you have the dress. So I believe this class was very helpful to you. So if you are new to this channel, please kindly subscribe, turn on your notification bell to receive videos like this every day. Like this video, share to family and friends, drop your comment on the comment section and your suggestions as well. Thank you once again. See you in the next class. Bye.